What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to another episode of the Certified Genius Podcast, presented to you by Genius Minds, straight out of the Genius Minds studios in Los Angeles, California. I'm your humble servant, Coach G. I'm your certified genius. Ask me any questions, I will tell you no lie. And if I don't have an answer, I'll refer you to someone who does. Today I'm having a smoothie. But yeah, here we go. Here's where we recap week by week of the 2025 NFL season. This podcast is brought to you by Genius Minds. Remember, there's a genius in all of us, so find a genius within you. As you can see, I'm rocking the signature t-shirt from Genius Minds. We have merch. Any new subscribers gets a free t-shirt, whether it's a Genius Minds t-shirt or a Certified Genius t-shirt. We have hats and we have wristbands. So welcome once again to another episode of the Certified Genius Podcast, presented to you by Genius Minds. So here we go, week 8. We just got done with week 8 of the 2025 NFL football season. We are rolling along. So, let's start with my 49ers. Man. My Niners lost to the Houston Texans 26-15. And I was highly disappointed in our coaching. I know a lot of times you want to blame the players, but today, I gotta blame the coaches for not preparing this team to compete at a high level. And when you don't prepare the right way, whether it's on the field during practice or whether it's in the film room, watching film and dissecting your opponent, this is what happens. We get our ass kicked from the Houston Texans, 26-15. We made C.J. Stroud look like an all-pro quarterback, and he's not. So I was highly disappointed in the 49ers coaching this past Sunday against the Houston Texans. But we'll give props to the Texans for winning that game, 26-15. Then we had the Packers, the Green Bay Packers, going into Pittsburgh to take on the former Packer, Aaron Rodgers, who's now wearing a Pittsburgh uniform. And the Packers went in Pittsburgh and beat the Pittsburgh Steelers 35-25. And once again, Pittsburgh's defense, like my 49ers defense, is atrocious. Can't stop a nosebleed. It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Can't stop a nosebleed. So the Packers beating up on the Steelers in Pittsburgh, 35-25. Then we have the Cowboys taking on the Denver Broncos. Broncos put it on them, 44-24. Bo Nix, quarterback for the Broncos, have his team at 6-2. That team is rolling. And they play pretty good defense as well. The Broncos beating up on the Cowboys, 44-24. The Cowboys defense is another defense. It's just atrocious. Absolutely atrocious. And they got pounded by the Broncos in Denver, 44-24. Then we have the best team in the NFL, the Indianapolis Colts. Who would have thought? My goodness, the Colts are 7-1 after beating the Tennessee Titans 38-14. The Indianapolis Colts with the best record in the NFL so far. They are 7-1. I did not see that coming, especially with their quarterback, Daniel Jones. I thought he was a bum when he was in New York. But he's got new life now in Indy, and he's leading his team to the best record after beating the Tennessee Titans 38-14. And don't forget their running back. The Colts have a dynamic running back, Jonathan Taylor. Kid is phenomenal. The Indianapolis Colts. Then we have the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Baker Mayfield. They went in New Orleans and beat New Orleans 23-3. The Buccaneers are 6-2. 23-3. Baker Mayfield got his Tampa Bay Buccaneers on a roll. And then a game that I didn't see coming. The New York Jets went on the road in Cincinnati and beat the Bengals 39-38. The Jets got their first win of the season after beating the Cincinnati Bengals in Cincinnati 39-38. We move on. The Baltimore Ravens, without Lamar Jackson, beat the Chicago Bears 30-16. The Baltimore Ravens 30-16 over the Chicago Bears. The New England Patriots, Drake May got that team rolling. The Patriots are 6-2 after beating the Cleveland Browns 32-13. Drake May, the quarterback for the New England Patriots. The kid is nice. He can play. 32-13. The Patriots over the Browns. Then we have the Philadelphia Eagles beating the New York Giants 38-20. 38-20. The defending champions, the Philadelphia Eagles, are 6-2 after beating the New York Giants 38-20. Then we have the Buffalo Bills putting it on the Carolina Panthers 40-9. Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills beating the Carolina Panthers in Carolina 40-9. Another game I didn't see coming, the Miami Dolphins going in Atlanta and putting it on the Falcons 34-10. Come on, Atlanta, you got to do better. You're at home. You got to protect your house. You got to protect your house, Atlanta. The Miami Dolphins going in there and putting it on you. 34-10. Unbelievable. And then we have the Los Angeles Chargers beating up on the Minnesota Vikings 37-10. The Vikings have a quarterback issue. They have a quarterback issue. And for some reason, their defense isn't the defense that we thought they were. But the Vikings' number one issue is their quarterback situation. Like I've been saying, you get the coaching situation right, you get the quarterback situation right, everything else falls into place. And right now, the Vikings have a major issue on their hand because they don't have a quarterback. The Chargers beat up on them 37-10. And then last night we had Monday Night Football, and the Kansas City Chiefs, my homeboy Patrick Mahomes, putting it on the Washington Commanders 28-7. The Chiefs defense came to play. And that's how you protect your house. Kansas City at home, beating up on the Commanders 28-7. Patrick Mahomes has his team at 5-3. They're on the up and up in Kansas City. So there you have it. The recap of Week 8 of the 2025 NFL season, brought to you by Genius Minds. We are on the Certified Genius podcast. Always remember, there's a genius in all of us, so find the genius within you. That's what Genius Minds is all about. So that was the recap of Week 8. Now we move on to our predictions for Week 9. Our predictions for Week 9 of the 2025 NFL season, and this segment is called Who You Got? I'll tell you who I got, but who you got? All right, so let's start with my Niners. Hopefully, we got a good week of practice. Hopefully, our coaching staff knows what the heck they're doing. Hopefully, we are well prepared to fly to New York to take on Jackson Dart and the New York Giants in New York this coming Sunday. Hopefully, we could bounce back after an embarrassing loss in Houston last Sunday. Hopefully, we could bounce back against a very good Giants defense as far as their defensive ends, their defensive line. They're pretty stout up front. So it's going to be another test. Against that, the front end of the Giants defense. But like I say, hopefully we're embarrassed from what happened in Houston this past Sunday, and we take it out on the Giants in Week 9 of the 2025 NFL season. Who you got? I got my Niners winning this one. I got us bouncing back and winning this game in New York. I got my Niners. Then we have the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Miami Dolphins in Miami. Based on the information that I received, I heard Lamar Jackson should be back this week. Should be ready to play. So I got the Ravens winning that game in Miami against Miami. I got the Ravens winning that game. Who you got? Then we have the Chicago Bears going to Cincinnati to take on the Cincinnati Bengals. I got the Chicago Bears winning that game on the road in Cincinnati. I got the Bears winning that game. Who you got? Then we have the Denver Broncos going into Houston. Remember, Houston just beat up on my 49ers the other day on Sunday. Now they got the Broncos coming in. I got the Broncos winning that game in Houston. Who you got? I'm taking the Broncos in that game. Then we have the Los Angeles Chargers going to Tennessee to take on the Tennessee Titans. That's an easy one. I got the Chargers winning that game. Then another doozy. We got the Indianapolis Colts flying to Pittsburgh to take on the Pittsburgh Steelers. I got the Colts winning that game because Pittsburgh's defense is atrocious. Absolutely atrocious. I got the Colts going in Pittsburgh and beating up an Aaron Rodgers on the Pittsburgh Steelers. I got the Colts winning that game. Who you got? Then we have the Atlanta Falcons going to New England to take on the New England Patriots in New England. Drake May got the Patriots on a roll. I'm sticking with the home team. I'm going with New England to win that game against the Atlanta Falcons. I'm taking the Patriots at home. Then we have the Carolina Panthers going to Green Bay. In Green Bay against the Green Bay Packers. I got the Packers winning that game very easily. I got the Packers. We got the Minnesota Vikings going to Detroit to take on the Detroit Lions. I got the Lions winning that game very easily. I got the Lions. Who you got? Then we have the Jacksonville Jaguars going to Las Vegas to take on the Las Vegas Raiders. That's a tough one. Should I go with the home team? Should I go with the Raiders? You know what? I'm going to take the home team. I'm going to take the Raiders to bounce back. Raiders, don't disappoint me. You've been playing horrible, but you're at home. I'm going to take the Raiders to beat the Jaguars. We move on. We have the New Orleans Saints coming to the West Coast. Coming to LA to take on the Los Angeles Rams. I got the Rams winning that game very easily. Who you got? I'm taking the Rams. And then we have a big game on Sunday. The Kansas City Chiefs going to Buffalo to take on the Buffalo Bills. That's going to be a good one. That's going to be a good one. Kansas City Chiefs in Buffalo taking on the Bills and Josh Allen. Who you got? I'm sticking with my homeboy, Patrick Mahomes, and the Kansas City Chiefs to win that one in Buffalo on the road in a hostile environment. I'm taking the Kansas City Chiefs because I have that much faith in Patrick Mahomes to get the job done. And we all know it's not easy to win on the road. But I'm taking the Chiefs to win that game. Who you got? Then we have the Seattle Seahawks going to Washington to take on the Washington Commanders. I got the Seahawks winning that game. The Seahawks are on the up and up. I got the Seahawks winning that game. And then the final game of Week 9, Monday Night Football. We got the Arizona Cardinals going to Jerry World. The Arizona Cardinals taking on the Dallas Cowboys in Dallas. I got the Cowboys winning that game. Who you got? So there you have it. Another week, another episode of the Certified Genius Podcast, brought to you by Genius Minds, straight out of the Genius Mind Studios in Los Angeles, California. We did the recap of Week 8, and we made our predictions for Week 9 of the 2025 NFL football season. We are rolling along. Yeah. So there you have it. That's our football fix for this week. Next, we move on to Major League Baseball. We got the World Series going on right now. And it's been fun. It's been entertaining. The Dodgers taking on the Toronto Blue Jays. Who you got? I got the Dodgers repeating as World Series champions. The Dodgers are up 2-1 right now after a never-ending Game 3. That game went 18 innings. What a long game. I was up all night. But the Dodgers came out victorious with Freddie Freeman with a walk-off home run to put the Dodgers up 2-1 in the series. I got the Dodgers repeating as World Series champion. They're just that good. All right. And last but not least, since everybody knows, I'm Coach G. I'm a basketball coach. Basketball is what I eat, sleep, and shit. The NBA season has just started. And my Lakers are off to a 2-2 start. Right now, Luka is injured, so we're playing without Luka, without LeBron, and Austin Reeves trying to do everything he could to help us win, but it's just not enough. Austin Reeves scored 51 points against Sacramento on Sunday night. But the Lakers lost yesterday against Portland. The Lakers are 2-2 after the first week of the 2025-2026 NBA season. Right now, the San Antonio Spurs, Victor Wembanyama, man, he's looking good. For a young kid like that, with his length, the kid is 7'3", long arms, he can shoot, he can pass. Yeah, he has the Spurs off to a really good start. The Spurs are 4-0. Victor Wembanyama. The OKC Thunder the defending champions, they're also 4-0. They are so deep. They are so deep. They are so talented. So, yeah, that's the Western Conference. As far as the Eastern Conference, so far, the Philadelphia 76ers has been impressive. They're off to a 3-0 start. The Philadelphia 76ers are looking really good right now, but it's only the first week of the season. So it's still early. Hopefully, everybody can stay healthy. And those who are on the injured list right now, like Luka and LeBron, Jason Tatum for the Celtics, Kyrie Irving, Tyrese Halliburton, hopefully all those guys that are injured right now could come back at some point in the season and stay healthy, because we want these guys healthy. These are some of the best players in the NBA, some of the best players in the world. We want these guys healthy, especially, when the playoff starts. But like I say, it's still early in the season, so I'm not going to go too in-depth with the NBA right now. But as a Lakers fan, I'm not too happy with our 2-2 start. Even though, like I said, Luka is out. He's going to be out for a week. LeBron is out. So we're praying that everybody comes back healthy and the Lakers can go on a run. So there you have it. Another episode of the Certified Genius podcast. And I want to take a moment to send my thoughts and prayers out to all the people in the Caribbean, especially Jamaica, that's experiencing Hurricane Melissa right now. I heard it was a Category 4, maybe a Category 5 hurricane. So I'm praying, sending my thoughts and prayers for everyone that's within path of that hurricane. Y'all stay safe and stay blessed. Thanks again for watching another episode of the Certified Genius podcast, brought to you by Genius Minds, straight out of the Genius Minds studios in Los Angeles, California. Remember, we have shirts. We have this is the signature t-shirt from Genius Minds. We also have Certified Genius t-shirts, hats, and wristbands. All my new subscribers, subscribe to my YouTube channel at Certified Genius Podcast, and I'll send you some free gears. So thanks again for watching, and until next time, peace and love.